from the Timber TV studios, this is Timber Talk. Here is Brady Goldman and Sawyer Regan.
Hello and welcome back to Timber Talk. After a short hiatus, we are back for the opening of the spring season here at Walpole High School. As always, I'm Brady Goldman.
And I'm Sawyer Regan.
Last week, we saw the first games from the lacrosse teams and baseball team, with a few games around the schedule getting rained out. So let's begin with lacrosse. Coming off their first ever state championship, the girls lacrosse team is looking to do the same thing again this year. Despite losing several key pieces, they still retain seniors Emily and Grace Hagan, Emily Dunn, and Ava McLean, who are all committed to play D1 next spring. Thus, their quest to repeat began on Tuesday when they hosted a very solid Braintree team who went 12-8 a year ago. Let's get us started here in the first, where Emily Hagan, the Temple commit, right off of the whistle, punches it in for the first goal of Walpole season. Then we're going to fast forward just a few minutes later, and it's already 4-0, and make it 5 with a goal from Olivia Corbett, and Braintree is in a huge hole. And oh my goodness, it gets even worse for the Womps. It's still the first quarter, and it's 10-0. Riley Halloran gives no mercy to the utterly destroyed Braintree defense and caps a flawless first quarter for the Timberwolves, ending it with a staggering 11 goals scored. Then we're going to skip ahead to the third, and this is about as bad as it gets for a team here, folks. They're down 16-0, and freshman Ainsley Kelleher adds to the carnage and puts it in, giving Walpole what would be their largest lead of the afternoon at 17-0. And that would really be it, as Braintree did actually end up scoring 5 goals in the fourth quarter, but Walpole had already pulled most of their starters and cruised to a convincing 17-5 win, a great start to their repeat campaign. The Timberwolves had their game rained out against Milton on Thursday, so they will play at Framingham and at Needham this coming Tuesday and Thursday.
Switching to the boys, they are coming off a disappointing Elite 8 loss to Billerica and are looking to have yet another spectacular season. They dominated their first 3 games of the schedule. They first demolished Braintree even more than the girls did, winning at 18-1. They then played a tough Milton team, but were able to stave the Wildcats off, winning 11-5. Then on Saturday, they played Marshfield, a team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year. Still, the Timberwolves prevailed, moving the team to a perfect 3-0 start to start the year. They have just one game this week and will battle Framingham at Turco on Tuesday.
Moving on to baseball, the boys had their most successful season in school history last year. They won their first state championship by beating Reading in a nail-biting 7-6 victory, with Luca DiGiulio closing out the game. It's a brand new year, and DiGiulio, now a starter, is back on the mound for Walpole, taking on Falmouth. Fortunately for Walpole, DiGiulio was excellent in this game, pitching a complete game no-hitter on only 65 pitches with 7 strikeouts and only 1 walk, and very, very close to a perfect game. Senior Jack English put up the only run for Walpole on a 2-out RBI single and provides Walpole with a slim 1-0 victory over the Clippers. Walpole has a very tough week ahead of them, as they have to play powerhouse Braintree, Milton, and Needham all this week.
Now getting to the teams that did not have any games due to weather and scheduling conflicts, the softball team will officially have their first scheduled game Monday versus Braintree. Timberwolves, of course, won their first ever state championship in 2024, but were shocked by Westfield last year in the Elite 8. Walpole is headlined by captain Sienna Cruiser, Grace Todd, and Caitlin Baker. Timberwolves lost many key players and have a very different team this year, so we'll see if they can continue their dominance they've had over the last couple years. On top of the Braintree game, they are scheduled to face Milton on Wednesday and then Framingham the day before prom on Friday. Boys tennis was supposed to have their first match against Natick last week, but it got postponed to Tuesday due to rain. The Timberwolves are bringing back much of the same team from an Elite 8 appearance a year ago. They're headlined at first singles by Steven Jung, followed by Brady over here at second, and Dylan Blackiere at third to round out the singles. The duos of Matt Anastasi and Luke Moses, as well as Ramu Muthakarupan and Praveet Sivakumar, will play first and second doubles respectively for now. The boys have a gauntlet of games this week. They first play Braintree Monday, then travel to Natick for their rescheduled game from last Thursday. Then we'll have their home opener against Milton, who went winless last year, on Wednesday, and finally play their fierce cross-division rival in Framingham on Friday.
Now moving on to girls tennis, coming off a dismal 2-16 season last year where they only beat Weymouth twice. where they missed the playoffs for the first time in years, girls tennis is hoping to start over this year with some fresh new faces in the line. Senior captain Eleni Margetis will be #1 singles, followed by sophomore Anna Baker at second and Lahir Mehta at third. The doubles teams consist of junior Isabel Healy and Ella Glover at first, and junior Samantha White teamed up with junior Swar Soncharta at second doubles. The team will have their first matches this week when they face Braintree, Natick, Milton, and Framingham, just like the boys.
The boys' track team looks to avenge their loss to Reading in Division III during winter track, as well as attempt to complete the elusive three-peat as state champions in spring track. Although they lost valuable members from the spring track team last year, such as Austin Feener, Owen Abril, and Matthew St. Cyr, they look strong and poised to compete strongly in their divisional meet at the end of the season. They will begin that journey on Wednesday when they start their regular season schedule in a quad meet against Wellesley, Weymouth, and Newton North. And with that, we are going to conclude our first spring show. I'm Sawyer Regan.
And I'm Brady Goldman.
So long from the Timber TV studios. We'll be back next week where we will have tons to recap thanks to an abundance of games across 7 different teams.